guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be answering your guys' questions on my labor and delivery. This is a very requested video from a long ass time ago, almost like a year maybe. I've honestly tried to film this, well, I have filmed this before, but I just didn't like how it came out, so I never tried again until today. So here we go. So I didn't do like a new I didn't ask for new questions or whatever, like I just have the old ones. So I'm just going to be answering them. I have them in my little notebook. But I'm just trying to find like a good order to go in. Okay, so I think a good first question is, what did you do when you knew you were pregnant? When I found out I was pregnant, I was 19 years old, scared as hell. I was hella scared. I couldn't believe it. Like, I was in shock, because obviously, like, it was a surprise. I did not try and get pregnant. I was still young. I still am young, and I can't believe I have a baby. Like, I couldn't believe. I was like, no, like, I can't have a baby. Like, what? Like, no, this is not happening. And yes, it was happening. I was hella scared to tell my parents. Like, I was ready for an ass whooping. Not right then and there, but 9 months later, once that baby was out, I was like, they're gonna whip my ass. But no, it was fine. The next question is was your family supportive? And yes, like, even though they were very disappointed in me, they were still so supportive. Even to this day, like, I have so much support, and I'm very thankful for them, for all my family. Okay, what was your favorite part of being pregnant? I loved talking about my future with the baby. Like, my boyfriend and I would always talk about like things that we were excited to do with the baby, and you know, like, just our life with him. And it was just so beautiful. Like, I was like, wow. Like, it was scary, you know, like, to know, like, wow, I'm gonna be responsible for a whole other life, you know. But it was honestly like beautiful, because it's part of, like, half of me and half of the person that I love, you know. Like, it's beautiful. How did you pick his name? So we took a while to pick his name, just because we had thought that it was going to be a girl, because my boyfriend and I had both dreamed, we both dreamed, I don't know, that we was having a girl. Like, I literally saw the baby girl's face, and it was just like me. Like, she looked just like me. So I was like, oh my gosh, like, we're gonna have a girl. We had picked out a girl name. Every time we had conversations about the baby, like, it was we would call her by her name, but it was not a her, it was a he. So yeah, we were in shock. So I think you find out the gender like at 5 months, and we didn't pick a name until like 3 months after. My boyfriend and I just could not agree on one up until Vincent. Like, that was the only name that my boyfriend had even considered naming our son, was Vincent. I'm glad that we went with it. I've always loved that name, and we wanted a name that was unique, but not like so unique that it's like, what the fuck, you know? Because like, I would read like on those little baby name books or whatever, and they were hella weird. I was like, no, I'm not gonna name my son some weird shit just to be different, you know? So yeah, we went with Vincent, and I left it all there when you gave birth. So I was my mom, my boyfriend's mom, obviously my boyfriend and I, and then it was like 2 nurses and the doctor. What was the scariest part of your labor, and where did you feel the most pressure? So I felt the most pressure in my lower back, like my what is this called? The tailbone, my tailbone. Because I had what's called back labor, and so I'm rubbing it right now. Like, it's weird because it hurts as I'm talking about it. Like, it's fucking weird. But anyways, I had back labor, and basically it's where the baby's head is pressing against your spine. So the baby's head is pressing against my spine, and it hurt so bad. Like, it hurt so bad. I'm like over here fucking itching. Like, it was so bad. It was so uncomfortable. Every time I had a contraction, it's like boom, like it just hit so hard and like tightened, and I don't even know how to explain it, but it was horrible. And after labor, my back was swollen, literally swollen. Like that area was swollen because my boyfriend would push on that area whenever I would have a contraction to like counteract the pain, is what the doctors taught him to do, and it helps so much. But like he was pushing so hard, and I was even like this, like trying to make him push even harder, because it felt so much better when he would do that. But I was swollen, red, and literally my back was peeling, and it took like a while for it to heal. But that was the worst. And also so I was dilated at a 7, supposedly. The doctors told me like, you're at a 7, you're not gonna go to a 10 until like hours from now. And no, it happened like within 10 minutes. And they told me, and my body was already pushing, like literally my body was pushing the baby out of me like all by itself, and they were telling me that I couldn't push. And I was like, what the fuck, like I have to push. Like me trying not to push was the hardest part of the whole 15-hour labor, because your body's literally doing it by itself and you're trying like not to, you know what I mean? Like it's so fucking hard, like impossible. So when it was time to push, like when they told me that I finally could, bitch, I pushed with all my fucking might. Another question was, how long was your labor? And my labor was 15 hours. My water broke at 2:45 a.m. and I had my son at 5:23 p.m. Did you deliver natural or use the epidural? I had a natural delivery. I was afraid of the epidural because I had heard like so many scary and negative things about it, and I just I don't know, I wanted to have a natural birth. I know that I have like a very high tolerance for pain, and I would always tell people that, and they were like, okay, but just wait until you have a baby. And I was like, I know, you know, like I don't know what it's like to have a baby, but like I just feel like I know I can do it. And yes, I was able to do it. It was hard as fuck, but I did. How did you push? I pushed for like honestly 5 minutes or less. Just because like I said, when they told me that I couldn't push, I was like, what the fuck, like I need to, you know? And so when I got the chance to, I pushed hard as fuck. Like my eyes were gonna pop out. I was lightheaded. I let me take a moment because just remembering it is making me hot. But yeah, it was pretty easy pushing, just because like I needed to and it felt good to do it. So yes. What were your thoughts in the delivery room before you went into labor? So I just had like negative thoughts. I was like, what if like I die, or what if I have to have a C-section, or like what if, you know, just what if all these negative things. And no, like that's not the mindset that you want to go into when you're gonna, you know, deliver your baby. Because if you guys like do your research, it's like a cycle. Like if you're in pain, and then the pain makes you go like you know, like stress out, and you panic and you're tightening up, which makes you like stop breathing, and that's cutting off the oxygen like for your baby as well. And then your body like just tight, like it's just not what you want to do. You want to breathe through it and relax. And no matter like how hard it is, like you got to remember that, you know, like if you relax, your body's doing everything on its own. Like we're built to do this. You can do it. So relax and breathe. When I knew I had to go to the hospital, I was crying. Like I had tears in my eyes, just because I was like, I'm scared. Like, what if I can't do this? You know, like my life's about to change. And it was just like, I didn't want to do it. But I had to be motivated, and my boyfriend helped me a lot. Like he was ready, like grabbing all my stuff, getting out the door, and I was like, no. But yeah, and then once I was actually there, like I felt really calm, just because I guess I knew it was gonna take forever. And I had actually they'd given me Pitocin, which speeds up the process of labor. It makes your contractions come in quicker and harder. Next question is, did you tear? I didn't tear. I had actually gotten an episiotomy, which basically is just like the doctor snips you, like he cuts you a clean cut so that your baby doesn't tear you open all the way to your asshole. But the cut was like a lot, I feel like, because when I sat, like I couldn't sit comfortably. Like, oh, it was horrible. It was so bad. Like, I feel like after having the baby was harder because, you know, like your body just goes through so much physically, and then like you have no break after. The doctors are coming constantly, coming in and out of your room, checking on you, like pushing down on your stomach, you know, you're bleeding. I was sitting on my stitches. I was breastfeeding. Like, breastfeeding is hard, and I did not breastfeed for long. I only breastfed for like a month. Let's see, what breast was it? This breast, like, Vincent would latch on perfect. Like, when I first fed him, I was like, wow, breastfeeding, this is gonna be a breeze. But no, it wasn't. It was hard as hell, and I give props to all the moms doing it for a long time, because I did it for a month and I felt so exhausted. But yeah, he wouldn't even latch onto this breast. I don't know what was going on, but it was just like off. My milk was not coming in enough. He was a hungry ass baby, and it was like so stressful having him crying and like, and me not being able to like produce enough milk, you know. Because I would try to like put my breast in his mouth, obviously, and it's like people think that you just like he just sucks on the nipple, but you don't. Like, that's not how it works. You have to have the whole areola in his mouth, so because that's what like is pushing on like the milk ducts, which makes the milk come out. But Vincent would not let me stick my freaking whole nipple in there. He only got like the nipple, like the tip, and so that's what he would close his mouth on, and it hurt so bad. My nipples were cracking and bleeding, and literally like my skin, my nipple skin was on his mouth because like how bad my nipples were cracking. And so I had to give him formula because he was losing weight too fast, because my milk was just not, like, I was not producing milk. And I felt like such a bad mom just because I couldn't breastfeed my son, which is so like dumb of me. It's actually really normal for women to feel like that, but like if you're somebody who feels like that, please don't, because what's important is that you're feeding your baby, and if you're not able to produce milk or whatever, like, that's not your fault, you know, and you're not any less of a mother if you don't breastfeed. So yeah, I just wanted to say that because that's how I felt. I felt really bad about myself. Like, I was crying because I couldn't breastfeed my son, but it's like what's important is that your son is healthy and eating, you know. So yeah, I don't really know what else I want to say or want to cover, but that was all the questions that I had. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any other questions, go ahead and comment down below and I will answer them. Thank you guys for watching, and stay tuned for my next video.